Video is going to be about the trunk patch. But way back when I started working on this car, somebody mentioned about keep the car on the ground when you're doing panels. And I think it didn't matter because there were so many other components all tied together that it didn't matter. But I'm just going to show you a view, both sides. That means it's on its own weight. And then this side, let's look at the bottom, but the top looks fine. I'm just kind of, I don't know what you see, but I can fix any minor stuff I can fix with Bondo. So let's look at this again. That's pretty damn good. So anyway, we're going to take this patch that I made yesterday. Well, I didn't. So we got the patch. I cut it bigger than the hole. This is a straight edge, okay? I'm not an expert. I'm not a body guy. But I'm just trying to use common sense. I said it wrong. This is a fixed point. This is a fixed point. I need to measure from here to here. So measure out from here to here, which is here to here. Then I'll measure over to here. Yeah, I gotta start on this end. Again, if you look right here, that's in a little bit. Yeah, I need to trim this back. So that's what I'm gonna do first. Then I'm gonna measure from here to this. It'd be easier to trim this stuff up here than that piece down there. I mean, that's not. Anyway, hope that made sense. So I think that's it on the rot. That I don't have to cut anything else out of this car. Pillar car. Let's get a pillar here. This one doesn't. So, but anyway, at the trunk, if the floor is rotted, we got all this metal here. We got metal on the doors, we got metal there, we got metal there, we got metal all over the place. Again, I don't know I'm not a mechanic. I don't know anything about 289s. I don't know anything about generators. Look at this, is rotted. This I'm probably gonna have to buy. I don't think I had an extra one. Let me go upstairs. They're probably all rotted. I mean, in all the cars. No, I don't see a battery tray up here. But do any new viewers, again, I'm kind of rambling again. These are parts I got out of the white car. Except for that steering wheel, which came out of the one outside. So I've already got my money's worth out of that car. I mean, I'm beyond it. Not even, and if I use any of those parts up there, that's a plus. Doing this panel here was a real test of my limits. I mean, once you do something, you could do it easier, but again, if you have a car that is rotted and you don't have the shapes, you might just be better off buying a quarter panel. If you were to get a full new quarter, you'd have to tie it in from here to here to here to here. Here's a seam here, looks like. So there might be a seam right here. Yeah, I think I can feel it right where that. There's a little rust spot right there, but it's not bad. So it probably goes like that, over. You have to remove all this trim, that trim. If you put on a new quarter, you better have the car on the ground, because you do have a chance of it moving. And the other day I was talking about, I cut up, you see this pan right here? There's no bolts. For some reason, this one has them. I just wondering what the heck that was. Look at the size of this trunk. It's huge. Man, if you took the back seat out, you could make a bed out of this car. I mean, from here to that door is 8 feet, probably. Yeah, I'm just talking to myself, rambling. I think I'll clean this up now. Why I still have this on here. So, from this edge to here, again, just take your time on stuff like this. I got 8 7/8 tight. And then here I got, and I'm looking down, and here I got 9. And I can have a little room because you don't want it weld tight. So I'm going to call 8 7/8 tight. And 9 inches tight. And then this way, yeah, I'll just measure it. It's 5. Four and 7/8. Again, I'd rather cut it twice. And here, just for the heck of it. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is how it looks before I weld it. Got a big gap here. This is where you gotta do that small burst. You go boom, boom, and just build it across. That's good. That'll be okay once it goes down, but I gotta weld back here first. So I can weld here, here, and here. Then bend it down here, bend it a little bit down here. And you can see the seam here, it's good. Man, I'd rather do this any day than that quarter panel. That took freaking 4 days. If I would have worked on this all day yesterday, I could have done it probably in 4 or 5 hours, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't know if I'm going to show it, but those short bursts, I'm going to try to go. When I do here, I'm going to go like 5 bursts right there. I'm going to try. I can't always do it, but that's what works the best.
Hey, what up, girl? How you doing? I don't want to come on too strong or nothing like that, but I've been thinking about you. And I've been wondering where you lay up. Where you at? So, sure. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it? That thing you do. Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it? That thing you do. Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Cinderella, I think I'll find your glass slipper, baby. Cinderella, I think you found your prince charming in me. I don't know much, but I do know that I'm feeling you. Hope that one day, maybe someday you'll be feeling me too. Where do you go to?
I just figured out why I was having so much trouble. I want empty. I don't know how that happened. Oh yeah, and if you're gonna take the tank, make sure you take that. You don't break the valve off and you take off like a balloon, kill you. I filmed it, but I was on argon gas. It wasn't welding good, and then I caught it, and then I picked up some new gloves because it had a hole burned in. Anyway, I think that's it. I think the camera screwed up. I think I hit the tripod. It's all welded. Okay, well, everybody knows I'm not a body guy or a welder. So really, that gets seam sealer there. You can see it's welded below. But I put a couple tacks in there anyway. Maybe I'll put one more right there. So all I gotta do is grind it and I'm done. Success. Yeah, I just want to add one more thing. You see that hole right there? So we're right here. I think that's where water's supposed to run out if it gets in here. If you remember over here, it was all seam sealed in. That's why this, I think that's why this rotted out. It's a guess, but I think that's what happened. And that rubber guard that was on here, right there, I think that was to keep water from getting in there. So water must come down, get in here, and then get trapped. So I'll probably leave that hole. Leave that hole. Just sand this one up and seam seal it all around it, but not right there. And prime it. I think all the rod is done now, and next week I'll move on to the dents, and then I'm going to prime. I can't remember what I said because right in the middle of this I ran out of argon and carbon dioxide, and I had to go get a bottle. And anyway, it's done, and I might have did a bunch of babbling about who knows what. Maybe I'll cut it out, maybe I won't. Anyway, rot is gone. It's Friday the 25th or something, I don't know, of May.